Now we have Defender that is absolutely amazing. It is in one. You have luxury vehicle, luxury family SUV, with kids in, you can put your parents in there, grandparents, and everybody will be comfortable, everybody will be happy. But also you can climb mountains in this vehicle. So you can drive through waist deep water, you can drive through snow. So that's absolutely unique. There is no competition in this vehicle. BMW, of course, you've been happy with the vehicle, I'm sure. You enjoyed and used your vehicle, but they're great vehicles. There are a lot of other brands that are awesome, but there is nothing in the product, any production vehicle that can be as capable and as safe as a Defender. So they do share the same technical drive engine as Range Rover. So they do have the same air suspension as a Range Rover. So you do have similar capability, you have similar comfort as a Range Rover. Of course, probably not as plush, because this is not the design for the vehicle. This is not the design for the vehicle. This vehicle is oriented more towards the off-road, kind of like a rugged, that you see in the vehicle than Range Rover. But you still get the same kind of like luxury in this vehicle. And there is a difference in price, depending on what Defender you're interested in. So, but the vehicle is extremely roomy, and as I mentioned to you, the capability of the vehicle, they have air suspension. Right now the vehicle is low. So we set the vehicles usually to automatically lower every time we stop the vehicle, we open the door, vehicle lowers, making it easier getting in and out. So some other vehicles also have air suspension, where you have probably travel of about 1 or 2 inches. Land Rover, the total travel of suspension is over 14 inches. So when you go off-road, you lose going to like 14 inches. So when you stop the vehicle, it drops by 2 inches. When you start driving, it will go automatically to normal height. And if you go off-road, you can lift the vehicle by 2.5 inches more. So it will be like a lifted truck, so it will better capability off-road. That is extremely unique. No other vehicle can do that in commercial vehicles without any kids or anything. Still preserving your comfort and everything. Other unique things, of course, I'm not going to bore you with all the standard stuff that you already know that everybody else has. LED lights, everything else, navigation, everybody has it, right? What is unique about the vehicle? What is different? Nothing else is like this. Of course, it's capability. Other little things, the real luxury is in the little things, right? I mean, the watches, you can buy a watch for $20, you can buy a watch for 20 million, right? The difference will be in detail. Because both of them will show time, right? The same with vehicles, all of them will drive, will take you from A to B. These are unique because little attention to detail, not only capability, but also the luxury is attention to detail. These are the vehicles where you will not get in and out of the vehicle when the vehicle is dirty, or wet, rain, wherever. You will not get these dirt lines like you do get on BMW getting out of the vehicle, because you will touch the dirty seat. In the Land Rover, none of them you will have that, because as you can see, the bottom wraps to the bottom of the vehicle, the bottom of the door. And there is a seal in the bottom. So this will be always clean and dry. So getting in and out of the vehicle, for yourself, for your kids also, this area is dry and clean, always, because there is a gasket that goes all the way to the wheel arch. So those little details are important. You might not care about them now, you might care about the price of the vehicle or looks of the vehicle, but when you will own the vehicle, when you have it for years on a day-to-day basis, your kids getting in and out, yourself getting in and out, you don't have to worry about little things because it's for you already designed the proper way. Even the backup camera, it has a little sprayer nozzle that sprays just on the backup camera when you reverse, so that you don't have to wipe it with a finger and you always have a clear view. So those little details, those are unique to the Land Rover for your safety, for your capability of the vehicle, which is also part of the safety, of course, because when it's flooding, you want to be able to get home or whatever. And also, that's a real luxury. Real luxury is don't have to worry about little things and to be able to go anywhere the way you want. So inside, the vehicle does not have carpet, which is awesome because there is no smell, no dog hair, no whatever. Your kids can spill all they want. You can just wipe it because no carpet, it's rubberized wood inside. So that's awesome. Everything is very practical. You have great shelf here, you have big door handles, you have lots of storage, and you have a ton of room, you have a ton of headroom. And you have a ton of leg room and headroom in the back also with the handle. So it's extremely comfortable. Safety. You go off-road, you climb mountains, you go camping, and you climb too steep of a mountain or whatever, and you flip the vehicle. If you flip the vehicle, it's very hard to flip this vehicle. But if you flip, the roof load is probably the strongest body SUV in the world. The passenger cage is born steel, so it's the strongest material, strongest steel available. It's very hard to work, it's very expensive, but it's very strong. So the roof can like very big. So there are a lot of instances on YouTube, on the internet, where people get in terrible accidents in the Land Rover, and they survive and they don't have a scratch. And that's also one of the reasons why our customers keep coming over. Generation after generation, they keep buying Land Rovers. Its capability, safety, and luxury to be done. So I just wanted to ask you, what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
Take a lot of nature.
And you have one of those like big plastic like suitcases, like a mobile safe.
Yeah, the same with all my cameras and everything that I use. All my cameras and everything I need, travel equipment, especially for rain.
So that's awesome. That's probably the perfect vehicle for you because, like I said, you can go literally anywhere. You can drive through 3 feet of water, which is about waist deep. So if you need to climb mountains, if you need to go in the woods or whatever, take photos, that's the vehicle. I sometimes joke with the customers that I know, like, I had Land Rover. My wife drives Defender. I had 4 Defenders. And over the years, I had over 50 cars, and this is the one. If you watch a movie about like zombie apocalypse or whatever, that's the doomsday vehicle. Because whatever happens, if you are in a terrible situation, nothing works and whatever, you know, everybody's against each other, whatever, the ideal vehicle, that's the one. Because you can go anywhere, you can do anything in the vehicle, and you can still do it in comfort. So, and your equipment will be safe in this vehicle, and you can do anything that you would want. And you plan to trade the vehicle, correct? Correct. And you plan to, how long usually you keep your vehicle? So this might work for you also, right? Well, let's go for a drive. And after we'll drive, I will show you what the options are on a lease, on a purchase, whatever you prefer, whatever works best for you and your financial situation or your financial desires, and then we'll go from there.